diagnostic part of the test, it'll shoot across and it'll go past the little star right here. The star represents the goal that we've set for that grade. Does that make sense? Okay. And then the green is where the student is currently working or has been working. Secondary intervention and challenge, which would be down here, won't have these pieces right here that don't have the yellow means they weren't tested in that. This is the grade level pieces, and the challenge part they have to do. They can't diagnostic. They don't take a diagnostic to test out of it. It's the school content. Question?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay, no, I just kind of like, I'm so sorry if this is like only my question.
No,
but,
stop. It's
okay,
fine.
Where do I frame it? I'm so sorry.
Where do you find it?
Yeah, like on my screen, like I just don't know where to put it. Like I don't know how to see
Okay.
it. Like I know, like I use
Go
like
back
3
to
things every
reports.
day, and I don't
Yep.
know.
Here, I can show you.
Okay, so I go to, oh, we're back to reports. Okay, sorry.
Yep.
Okay,
So
no,
you're going to
thank
go
you.
into your reports. Whoops.
Okay.
And then you can
I'm just picking a school.
Oh, and that's where it has that.
Mhm.
Okay, so reports, click the kid. Got it. Okay, sorry.
Click the kid. No, that's fine. It's called your individual.
So
Okay.
up until now, we have focused a lot on like the whole class roster, right? Where you look at the whole class roster and you look at bigger the bubble, more trouble. Now what we're doing is we're digging in to each student. So, okay, now, where
Yes.
this came from was that I said to Kimberly, all right, so we know bigger the bubble, the more trouble, but there has to be more to it than that, right? Like,
Yeah.
what other information can we glean from this? And, like, there also could be more reasons why there's a bubble. You know, kids have moved past, maybe they're on an activity that they're really stuck on, or maybe they've, you know, sometimes I feel like something else happens with the activities, like some activities they skip over them sometimes.
Sometimes they
And
can,
so
yes.
then if the like we're trying to dig down and figure out why is the bubble there.
Yeah,
Does that help?
sorry. Yeah, the other thing I see all the time is like the kid will cancel out of a level,
Mhm.
and I don't know how to like what that
frame that.
looks like,
Right.
and how do I
No, these are all great things. I'm glad because this is kind of the reason for this.
Okay.
Level canceling happens when students, and I don't know whose class it was in today, the girl told me, why don't I get 2 GG lives? They focus so much on only 2 GG turns that if they lose one, and they back out and come right back in, because now guess what, I have 2 more GG lives. And like, the rule is, I told her, I said, it doesn't matter. Like, you can lose both your GGs, you're still coming back into the same thing. What she's doing is ultimately going to happen if she loses both GG turns. She comes right back to the same spot. So, and then I've had a 5th grader in Philly one time, kept backing out, coming in. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I really love my password. So I think it's the coolest thing that I can remember 13 pictures. I'm like, that's great, but let me show you something. And I pulled up the sheet and had this big bubble, and I'm like, that's level canceling. Like, it's not helping you. So really, I tell my kids, you may never ever hit that red arrow until I give you the warning, 5 minutes, let's be done. That's one reason. Another reason for level canceling is also if you let your kids play up to the very last minute and then say, okay guys, shut it down, we're done. If they're not over 33%, if they're not under 33%, we don't know that they have to go to lunch. We just see them as backing out mid-game. So I always give like a 3-minute warning, and I think I told somebody, I think it was in your class maybe, you had the groups,
Yes.
correct? It was in your class. She was like, I'm at 64% or whatever, and I said, try to play through and get to 100, so you're done.
Yeah.
Because she was worried she'd have to play the full level again. But really, over 33%, I always tell the kids, like 3-minute warning, if you're over 33%, hurry up and play through, get your points, get 100%, and then you're done. Guys who are 33 and under, you're not going to have time to finish, go ahead and back out. You know, and then, so that'll bring your level canceling down too, if you find that kids may be doing that.
So if they haven't made it to 33%,
They're not going to finish it in 3
then
minutes.
if they stop, it counts as a level canceling.
It won't
Canceling? Oh, it won't count.
At 33 and under.
Okay,
Okay,
but
I
if
can
it's
say
above 33% and they stop, it counts as a level
Yes.
canceling.
Yeah.
And that's part of what would contribute to large bubbles.
Yes. And you can't always make that happen. There are some days that you lose track of time. You know, we understand. That's fine. But if you can, as much as you know, get into a habit of it, that's fine. Putting a timer on. Okay, guys, when this timer goes off, check your scores and decide where you need to be. You know, your kids are old enough to be able to comprehend that.
Yeah.
You know, our elementary school kids, needles and coddling, but your kids, they get it. They know the timer. So just do it that way. So.
I had a question. What about the refresh button where I've noticed when the kids are trying to find the slope and connect the dots and all that, they realize they were just a little bit off, so they reset. Is that considered bad?
We want them. I call it the GG eraser.
Okay.
Use that refresh button.
Okay, because I've been telling them to use it, but then I was like, I
little
don't
arrows
know if it's
like
actually a
that.
bad
It's
thing.
like that.
Yeah, it's like the arrows
Yeah, it's
that
at the
are.
bottom of the
Use
button.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It
that's
doesn't
okay
count
to
against
use.
them. Yeah, we want them
Okay.
to use that.
Just making sure.
What does the RTI growth percentage
The
mean?
RTI is it's the growth between the pre and post quiz scores. So it is, I have it written down, it's the actual points that could be earned divided by the possible points that could have been earned. If that makes sense.
Okay. One more question about the syllabus progress. So you said something about intervention being separate from the syllabus. I just noticed some of my kids will pass, someone who's passed more levels than another one will get less syllabus progress in that percentage. And I didn't know if that's because each level is different as far as how it counts for the syllabus, or is there something else?
It depends with, how is this? Because we just had a huge training on this. When they pass over so when they take the diagnostic, if they pass out of one of our topic clusters, they don't get any syllabus progress. They get mastery, okay? But if they have to go in and do any of these and they jump over, they test out of it, they get syllabus progress for that because it's going towards their 100%. Does that make sense?
So if they test out on a pre-quiz versus a diagnostic, it counts?
Yes, pre-quiz testing out of that gives them progress. If they test out in the diagnostic, they get mastery.
So that would be a reason why sometimes progress and mastery are not the same.
One of the reasons, Jeff. The other reason is because we also calculate in hurdles, their pre and post quiz scores, low time on task, level canceling. We've taken everything. Go ahead.
Sorry, and that's for mastery, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or
For mastery,
mastery,
yes.
right,
Yes.
right.
And I was talking to somebody earlier about mastery. One guy had 100% and 98%, 100% completion, and then 98% mastery. But the kid was really on target because he hardly had any hurdles.